I guess in terms of what I think, I'll start with what young people I think my age want from uni. And I'll say that, at least for me, and I know for a couple of people, going to uni was a lot about not really knowing what the real world was going to be like, or kind of being afraid of what the real world is like. Like maybe you're afraid of not knowing what you want to do immediately, going out of uni, like not sure what career path you want to go down, or what specific you want to do. Maybe that might be it, or it might be that you're not ready to kind of go out on your own, and kind of like just be independent, I guess, in that way. That might be something, but I think also some people also just want to continue that school experience that they've had of like meeting new people, making connections, and kind of like having experiencing tough times, but together, like as the team or with friends, I guess. Um, and then thinking about Corona, and kind of how it's impacted uni, I definitely say that the uni of the future might be, it could be different, I think, from what it could be now. It could be that it's very similar to what we have now, where it's a lot of remote learning. It's a lot of kind of being at home and having your lecturers online talking to you, having it pre-recorded, having the sheets ready, the exercises ready. Because I think for a lot of subjects, it's possible. Like my field, I do computer science. It's not that hard to have it pre-recorded and then just to tell us the info, and then for us to do exercises at home. It's entirely possible. But then for other fields, like my friends who do chemistry, my friends who do medicine and stuff like that, they still need the practical experience, which they need like a place, like a facilities to do that. So it's definitely not applicable to everything. And I think even in the real world, they're finding that like jobs in my field are much easier than jobs in other fields to work remotely. Um, but I think the social aspects of uni, I think, won't change no matter how advanced. No, actually, not yet. I think they won't change immediately because I think people still want to see other people. They still want to feel the energy of other people, like when they're working. Even if that doesn't mean like you're talking or socializing, but you're just working together. I think you do kind of feel that sense of morale when you have other people there with you who are feeling the same things as you, and you can empathize with that. Um, but it could be entirely possible that with maybe VR as a potential solution for this, that in the future, depending on the uni, you don't necessarily have to go in, and maybe the uni could provide equipment or facilities for you to be able to see other people, like in a virtual room without actually having to go somewhere. Maybe when VR is really good enough and affordable, that that's possible. But I definitely don't think the kind of uh, setup that we have now with kind of like the videos, I don't think it's enough. Like it helps as like a substitution, but it's not the real thing, you know. And I think people can kind of sense that and feel that. I definitely felt that maybe, I guess depending on the unis, but I felt for some unis that because it is a place that provides education for young people, but I do feel like some of them as well kind of have that business mindset as well, where like they could see remote learning as kind of a cheaper alternative to providing like a in-person teaching and facilities. So they might consider going more into remote learning than providing like an in-person um, experience. Um, okay, sorry, this is a pause bit for me just to think a little bit. Okay, I'll think about the second one. Okay, I think as well about going to uni and kind of for preparation for the real world. I think some aspects of it are kind of like, I think when you go into uni, some people are thinking like they're not sure they have the skills needed for the real world. And that could be as simple as like, I need to learn about this information or this fact, like for my field, or it could be just that I need to learn how to be independent. I need to learn how to dedicate time to something, because writing a thesis and that kind of thing is not a short process. You get allocated a whole year, sometimes 2 years. I don't know, depending on your degree. I definitely think going into uni, um, instead of going to a job, you're kind of training yourself and preparing yourself. And it certainly feels that way as a student, that this is like a big prep. Like this feels like as close to being at a job as like not actually being at a job. Like I don't get paid to go to uni, but it feels like it could be a job. Um, I definitely feel like in this current world that we live in, with kind of like the issues that we face, like climate change and all of other things, that the future feels very uncertain. Um, Especially COVID has made it feel even more uncertain than it was before. We're not really sure what jobs are going to be there when we finish our degree, and we're not really sure if the thing that we were working towards before is still going to be there, or whether it's going to be different. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety right now. I guess that could be another thing, that people go to uni as well. That they go to uni kind of just for support, for them to be able to say, this is what maybe what you had is still there, or maybe it's not there, but this is something else that you could look into, and that like there are other options available, or that these are your options available, and that we will support you and tell you how to get there. I think is also another thing that unis try to provide, and if not, that they should provide just a way of saying that, or just facilities and people to just say, this is how you could get to wherever you need to go, whatever that goal may be.